You're watching the Web Design Freedom channel, and today we're going to be talking about the number one enemy that keeps us from reaching our goals: procrastination. We've all been there, that nagging task sitting on our to-do list, constantly pushed aside in favor of more enjoyable activities. But what exactly is procrastination, and why does it seem to plague so many of us? At its core, procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions, often despite knowing that doing so may lead to negative consequences. It's that voice in your head that says, "I'll do it later," even when you know you should be tackling it right now. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy. It's a complex behavior influenced by various psychological factors. So why is procrastination so common? Well, for starters, our brains are wired to seek immediate gratification. We're naturally inclined to choose activities that provide instant pleasure over those that might be more challenging or less enjoyable in the moment. This tendency is amplified in today's world of constant distractions and instant entertainment at our fingertips. Another factor contributing to procrastination is fear. Fear of failure, fear of imperfection, or even fear of success. Sometimes we put off tasks because we're afraid we won't meet our own high standards, or because we're worried about how others might judge our work. Perfectionism can be a major culprit here, as the desire to do something flawlessly can paralyze us into inaction. Procrastination can also stem from a lack of motivation or a disconnect between our present and future selves. When a deadline seems far away, it's easy to convince ourselves that our future self will be more equipped or willing to handle the task. Unfortunately, this often leads to a cycle of putting things off until the last minute. The disconnect between our present and future selves is a fascinating psychological phenomenon that plays a significant role in procrastination. Essentially, our brains tend to view our future selves as strangers, almost as if they're different people entirely. This cognitive bias, known as temporal discounting, leads us to prioritize immediate rewards over future benefits. When we procrastinate, we're essentially pushing the burden onto our future selves, whom we struggle to fully empathize with or relate to in the present moment. For example, when we choose to watch TV instead of studying for an exam, we're prioritizing our present self's desire for relaxation over our future self's need for good grades. This disconnect is further exacerbated by our tendency to be overly optimistic about our future selves' abilities and resources. We often assume that our future selves will have more time, energy, or motivation to complete tasks, leading us to put things off under the misguided belief that it will be easier to do later. Understanding this disconnect is crucial in combating procrastination, as it allows us to consciously bridge the gap between our present and future selves, making more balanced decisions that consider both immediate and long-term consequences. While procrastination might feel good in the short term, its consequences can be significant and far-reaching. The most obvious impact is increased stress and anxiety as deadlines loom closer and the pressure mounts. This stress can negatively affect our mental and physical health, leading to sleep problems, weakened immune systems, and even depression. Procrastination can also harm our professional lives. Missed deadlines, subpar work quality, and a reputation for unreliability can all stem from chronic procrastination. In our personal lives, it can strain relationships as we fail to meet commitments or rely too heavily on others to pick up our slack. Perhaps most insidiously, procrastination can chip away at our self-esteem and sense of self-efficacy. Each time we put something off, we reinforce the belief that we can't handle challenging tasks or that we're not capable of achieving our goals. Over time, this can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy of underachievement and missed opportunities. So how can we break free from the clutches of procrastination? The good news is that there are several strategies we can employ to combat this habit and boost our productivity. Before we do this, we're going to want to take stock of where it's actually affecting us in our lives. Take a second to reflect. Are you keeping razor-sharp focus on how you're managing your time right down to the last minute? How much of that procrastination are you even consciously aware of? If you are unsure, a great exercise here is to log everything you do in a day with a pocketbook and pen. Every time you begin a new activity, write down the time you start and the time you finish between every activity. This might end up surprising you, but the beauty of it is that it brings your time spent from your unconscious mind right to the forefront. Once you have a good idea of how you spend your time, we're going to address if that time is serving our current goals, and if not, then why we're spending it the way we are. Once we've done this, we can now start filling our unwanted time with space that will allow our goals to flourish over time. One effective approach is to break large tasks into smaller, more manageable ones. This technique, often called chunking, makes daunting projects feel less overwhelming and provides a sense of progress as you complete each smaller task. Instead of facing a mountain, you're tackling a series of molehills. Another useful strategy is the 2-minute rule. If a task will take less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately rather than adding it to your to-do list. This helps prevent small tasks from piling up and creates a habit of taking immediate action. The Pomodoro technique is another popular method for combating procrastination. This involves working in focused 25-minute intervals, followed by short breaks. This structure can make work feel more manageable and help maintain motivation throughout the day. Creating a structured schedule and sticking to it can also be incredibly helpful. Set specific times for tasks and treat them like appointments you can't miss. This approach helps eliminate decision fatigue and reduces the opportunity for procrastination to creep in. One thing of note that's worth mentioning is identifying and eliminating distractions is crucial in the fight against procrastination. Create an environment that serves you, not one that works against you. This might mean turning off notifications on your phone, using website blockers during work hours, or finding a quiet space to focus. By creating an environment conducive to productivity, you're setting yourself up for success. It's also important to address the underlying emotions that might be driving your procrastination. If fear of failure is holding you back, try reframing your perspective. Remind yourself that mistakes are opportunities for learning and growth, not indicators of your worth or ability. Practicing self-compassion is another vital aspect of overcoming procrastination. Instead of berating yourself for putting things off, acknowledge that it's a common struggle and focus on how you can move forward. Positive self-talk and visualization can help build the confidence needed to tackle challenging tasks. Building in rewards for completing tasks can also be an effective motivator. Promise yourself a small treat or enjoyable activity after finishing a particularly challenging or unpleasant task. This creates a positive association with task completion and can help override the desire for immediate gratification that often fuels procrastination. Overcoming procrastination is a journey, not a destination. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to confront uncomfortable emotions and ingrained habits. But with patience, perseverance, and the right strategies, it's possible to break free from the cycle of procrastination and unlock your full potential. Remember, the goal isn't to become a productivity machine devoid of leisure or spontaneity. Rather, it's about finding a balance that allows you to meet your responsibilities while still enjoying life. By tackling procrastination head-on, you're not just improving your productivity, you're investing in your peace of mind, your relationships, and your future success. So why wait? There's no time like the present to start building better habits and creating the life you want. These mentality videos lay the groundwork for your success in web design, and the upcoming ones will be focusing on the design skills you need to work with high-quality clients. As always, thank you for watching.